Good evening, everybody. I hate to disappoint everybody, but Shiloh is staying on the river at Yellow Creek, and he's gonna have a very good service. Thought he's gonna have internet, but he don't. And John and Jessica, they're playing in Puerto Rico. Y'all probably seen his page today where he lost a big tarpon. They kind of down there on vacation, so I'm gonna do another solo show. And thank goodness for y'all, and thank the good Lord for y'all. Excuse me, y'all help me the show kind of go on, asking questions and doing all that stuff. So we're gonna try to take some questions and talk about some stuff, and talk about the recent trip I went on, and some things I learned, and we're just going to talk crappie like we always do. I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Thank our sponsors. I think a lot of people's going to be at the Grizzly Jig Show. I think I see where Eric made it, and Jameson made it, and Chad from Power Breaks is making it. Scott Seals, hey buddy. They're gonna have a good show. I'd like to go up there, but I'm sure the roads are bad. I guarantee you. But we got some cold weather coming Saturday, guys, and Saturday's gonna be a good day to go through your tackle, guys. Organize your jigs and put new line on reels, and let me turn my phone on airplane mode before I forget, because somebody called me and kicked me right off here. But Saturday, guys, like I was saying, is a great day to change oil in your boat. Do whatever you got, because it's gonna be wind chill 2 or 3 degrees. I heard Saturday morning. Go through your fishing tackle, take your trolling motor prop off, get the line off. I have to do mine all the time because I get tangled up, especially after Saturday, guys. I'll go into some detail where we, what we did and stuff, but take your trolling motor prop off, take the line off, take your main prop off your boat prop. Make sure there's no line out there messing the seal up. It's just a good day to work on stuff. But yeah, no kidding, Angels. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Dustin, how you doing, bud? I don't know if Dustin, man, I tell you, I talking to Trent and everybody and seeing Dustin here, and Mississippi got messed up, guys. They had a big ice storm, a lot of power out. It's not good, man. And it sucks. There you go. That's what Danny's saying. Get online and buy some jigs. Hey, that's a great idea. Spend some time with the family. Put a load of wood on the fire. But it's not gonna be a great day. They said 30-something mile-an-hour wind gust Saturday. Man, you don't want no part of that. But again, guys, do some boat maintenance. Stuff we put off, and myself included. Like I said, go through your tackle. Lord knows my box is all discombobulated from. So Harold and I went south to Lake Eufaula, and went down there, and Chris Bailey kind of gave me a little hint on what the fish were doing, which is some areas that I had looked and marked, Neil and we went out there and seen some standing timber. The first group of fish, they were, when the standing timbers like this, they were just sitting on top of it. And man, that's what you like. But by the time you pop 1 or 2 fish, they were gone. Next thing you know, there was a lot of waves, a lot of wind. Not a lot of wind, but that's some 1 or 2 footers rolling, and it pushed those fish down. Those fish were 20 foot deep and running. When I say running, if you casted, you had to cheat it like you were dove hunting. That fish was moving. You had to cast right here. Let the jig get down to them. And that comes with time, guys. That comes with boat control. Always put the nose of the boat in that wind. Don't try to fight it. Harold and I had to go down river and then come back up river and go through an area that I knew would be fish. We had side scan. But boat control's everything. Don't sit at home, guys, and when the wind gets up, just get frustrated and go home. Hey, take your boat. Hey, put it in the wind. Learn. I don't care if you're throwing a carp or anything. Line your boat up, get better in the wind, because when you get a little bit of wind, you're gonna be like, man, I got a little chop. It's gonna help me keep the boat straight. You don't even stress, but don't get frustrated. Spend some time behind that motor. That's probably the worst conditions. Wind blowing. 20 foot deep schooling fish with 1/8 ounce jigs. Man, that's rough. But hey, we made it happen. We kept 50-something fish, but we went through a lot of fish. Don't get me wrong, but that is the days you're going to learn, man. You're going to learn something. I used to get frustrated and cuss the wind and everything like that. But hey, what can you do about it? Can't you do anything about it? Just, hey, learn the conditions. And, next thing you know, you're getting good at boat control. And there's only, Chris and I was the only boats out there crappie fishing. I mean, there was 2 people there, but, just don't get frustrated, man. That's the main thing. Everybody's had to learn at one time to learn to run their boat in the wind. But play it smart. Here's the thing, guys. If you're running down through there, and I'm going to say this is my trolling motor head, and I'm pushing my foot down, and I'm doing like this, and, and I see a fish up there at 11 o'clock, and I know the wind's going to blow. I'm going to go ahead and cheat my boat hard left and then go in and look and then come at the fish. Don't try to just angle it, because if you do, the wind's going to blow. Then you're going to make a cast, and by the time your jig gets on the fish, your boat's done blowed off. So, hey, cheat it. Take your boat. Push down that trolling motor. Get here at 11 o'clock. Cut it off early. Get the boat. And, I have to, hey, Trey, hold on, because I'm going to be moving the boat. Then I'll let Harold know, hey, man, we need to make a cast now. But don't start learning that. Start cheating the boat that way. You're looking out there at 70, 80 feet, and you see them out here at 11 o'clock. Don't run at them at an angle. Go ahead and make that 90 degrees, and then go at them and keep that nose of that boat in the wind. That way, man, you don't have to fight the trolling motor. You can make an accurate cast. Keep everything at 10 and 2 right here. That's what you want to do, guys. You want to keep everything at 10 and 2. It makes it easier, because when you got that hard cast over here, this guy can't fish, but you're trying to throw it. It just makes it aggravating. Don't set yourself up for failure till you really get proficient, but keep that thing at 10 and 2. So whatever route you got to take, guys, I'm just telling you, boat control. I wasn't planning on going on boat control. It's just something we're going down, but I'm going to tell you things that I learned. I take things for granted because I've done it enough now. I just do it, but I'm trying to explain to you. It's just, I'm learning all the time. And it's just like any other piece of equipment, cranes I've ran in the past, lulls I've ran in the past, the more time you get to spend behind it, the better you're going to get. But don't cheat yourself. I mean, you can listen to me for a week till you put your foot on that control and you run it down and you chase those fish down and play your angles. But just think now, you got to realize, wind in my face. I'm going to draw you a picture, and I'm real animated about it. Wind in my face. I'm at 70 feet out, and those fish are 15 foot deep. And I'm looking there right here. The wind's blowing right here. Say the wind's blowing in my left eye. I'm going to go ahead and cheat my boat down, 70, 80 feet, and then go at those fish. Keep the nose right there. Then next thing you know, I'm sitting right here, and the fish are right here, and I'm like, I'm going to go a little bit. Then I'm like, all right. I'm setting at 40 feet. I'm getting ready to cast. My boat's at 10 and 2. Keep everything at 10 and 2, guys. Do not try to fight it any more than 10 and 2. Y'all know 10, you've seen old men driving down the road, 10 and 2. Everybody's seen that. But keep everything at 10 and 2, and I'm telling you, it's going to make you way more efficient. But yeah, man, Jody, our water temperature is 50 degrees. The Garmin Force will handle it. Tim Pentecost knows I'll run one. Carlos, hey, buddy. Texas, man, I hope you're dealing with some cold weather there, man. The oil tracks can handle it. Don't drop the jig directly on their head once everything else is perfect. That's exactly right. Give yourself a chance. If you're short, man, hey, get that cast over and give yourself a chance to keep that jig in his strike zone a little longer. That's exactly right. Let's see. What's the best thing you figured out as far as glove situation when you're fishing yourself? My hands give me problems when they get cold. So let me tell you. Colby, hand me them gloves on top of that refrigerator. My buddy Colby's here. Them gloves on top of the refrigerator. I'm going to show you something to not buy. I'm going to tell you why. I got some gloves on top of the refrigerator here. These are merino wool gloves. Great gloves, but guess what? This and that don't get along. It hangs when you try to shoot, when you try to cast. The best thing to do, Scott, is to put you some darn hand warmers in your hoodie, in your pockets. Warm your hands up while you're moving to the fish. Gloves suck. I've tried every pair. I've got some fish monkeys. I've got all kinds of gloves. I'm just telling you, get you some hand warmers, shake them up, put them right here. That's the worst thing when your fingertips get cold and they're red. But I've worn every kind of gloves there are. I've got all kinds. I got some neoprene gloves. I've cut them. I don't know. That's just me personally. I don't wear gloves even when I bow hunt. I keep them in my hand warmers in my hoodie. But I will tell you this: the best thing I've bought for fishing, guys, and hunting. I have a Milwaukee heated jacket. Not worth a crap. I'll be honest with you. A Tide Wee makes a heated vest, and you can wear that thing under your stuff. I wore it hunting this morning before work. People understand, as long as you keep your core warm, you're going to be warm. But when you're running down the lake, you turn that thing on. I think it lasts 4 hours on high, 10 hours on low. Tide Wee makes a vest. I'm telling you, I have several. I gave my brother the other one I had. Yep, they do make rechargeable hand warmers. They sure do. Tide Wee makes some vests. Neil's got one. You wear it under a hoodie or something, and you can reach on there and turn that thing on before you run down the lake. That keeps your core temperature, because everybody's been out there. Terrell and I fished. It was 53 degrees Saturday, and we were cool. Once that core drops a little bit, you feel like you're freezing. It's not even cold, to be honest with you. That in the South we have wet, cold, and it sucks. I don't know what it is, but it does. But definitely get you some hand warmers, especially in the case of hand warmers, guys. I have a Wind Rider suit, float suit, best thing I ever bought, but it has to be super cold to wear that thing. And it's heavy and bulky. It's great. Works great. But hey, get you a vest. Some you can put a hoodie on. Layer. You can always take it off. Take whatever the air temperature is. Subtract 10 degrees. That's what it's going to be on the water. You can bet on that. If it's 50, it's going to be 40 on that water. I promise you. You'll be like, man, I didn't bring enough clothes. Bring plenty and take it off. Yes, Norton suit makes a great suit too. Tim's like me. I can't do anything with gloves on either. Electric gloves. Scott said I just got some electric gloves, love them so far, but no, if I can feel, yeah, I don't. That's the thing, man. I don't know. I don't like anything that messes up my touchy feely stuff. Exactly. Norfin. Sorry, that's what Tim said. Norfin makes a great stuff. I think they're out of Russia. It gets cold as hell in Russia. But I'm just trying to give you some tips that I've learned. John and I, we always try to, and we're blessed to have a lot of friends that buy stuff. We're trying to keep you from buying stuff and then having to buy it again. And, I'm not saying what we talk about is written in stone, but we know enough people that fish, and we get to fish a lot. We know what works and doesn't work. All the products that we're sponsored by, Power Breaks, I abuse them. I'm not going to lie. All the jigs we use and all the lures and the line we use. I mean, we go through it all. And but I try to, pass on some information. But I'm telling you, it's hard to beat a Tide Wee vest. They're like $80, $70. I'm telling you, mine's in my hunting bag, or I go get it. And some hand warmers. Hand warmers are cheap. Buy you a case. Shake them up, put them in front of the heater when you're driving down the road. Slap them in your hoodie. But hey, I made up. Y'all probably seen my Facebook. My tough days are over. I'm not trying to be tough. Period. I'm trying to be comfortable and warm and happy. But they make a lot of different stuff now. Like Greg saying he bought Crappie Crane saying he bought a heated jacket off Amazon. Hey man, look, whatever works, whatever keeps you on the water. If you can get on that water, guys, and keeps you on the water while people sitting at home, man, I wish it's too cold for me out there. If you can get on there, because fish don't care. You got to realize, I'm going to draw you a scenario. That water temperature for the first 3 feet is cold. But those fish are 10 or 12 foot. They don't know it got cold. That water temperature way down here don't hardly change. It takes days of cold weather to get down there to the teens, as far as footage-wise. They don't know it got cold. They don't know it's windy. They're eating just like they did when it was 65. The only thing that gets you is the sunlight, the penetration of the sunlight. They know when that sun, they're going to try to come up. But when it's cloudy, with those fish down there in the teens, they don't know it got cold, guys. They don't know it was 30 degrees or 25. They don't know it's 45. That temperature down here is going to stay the same. And this water column down here, it's going to stay the same. So don't let cold front scare you that much. Everybody's scared of cold fronts because we all grew up bass fishing. You know, you catch a fish 5 foot deep, cold front, guess what? Bass gone. Crappie, they're not related to no 5 foot this time of year, except in, you know, South Florida, where they're catching them right now. Kissimmee, they're catching them on bed. They're black as they can be. All the males got all their colors, but that made me think of that. But don't let cold front scare you. That cold and that wind only is going to affect you, and that's a fact. Fish don't care at all. I mean, we've had some cold weather here lately. I seen Tim Cunningham load the table today or yesterday. I mean, he loaded the wagon with some clients, and I mean, I don't know what day it was so cold. It's been so cold here lately. I appreciate the cold though. Kills a lot of bugs. Hopefully it does. We've had some rain, stain the water up a little bit, but always be prepared. Like I said, I know I'm going down every kind of rabbit hole there is, but don't be scared to invest in some heated stuff. I mean, socks wise, I don't know. I ordered some of those Halo socks. They're pretty good. I know Tim was having trouble getting some of those. I wear them hunting. I don't like bulky boots because I can't feel my trolling motor. I try not to do that. I try not to wear the big boots. I try to just wear some decent socks and, don't wear tennis shoes this time of year. I got some boots I ordered off TikTok. They're Nortif or something. They're pretty comfortable. They're $70. They keep a lot of wind off. I appreciate them. Your base layers, guys. Merino wool is key. I have a little hoodie I wear, and y'all probably see me wear it. I don't like stuff tight. I do not like skin gripping. I just don't like it. I feel like it constricts me, But they make some merino wool that's loose fit, guys. And like I got a little zip up jacket, but just invest in some of the base layers. That is the first layer against your skin. That is the top. What you need to be worried about. That first layer, guys. That first layer when you're hunting. That first layer. I like the zip because I can zip and let some heat off if I'm walking, hunting, or if I'm getting warm, and I can zip it up. I got one that covers my whole face. I forget who makes that. Terramar. Terramar makes one. Tarr. I need to share some links to these things. But Terramar, that's that's a great base layer. It's loose fit. I forget what I ordered. I think I ordered some off the internet, off Amazon. Terramar makes great base layer. You don't have to buy that high dollar stuff. I mean, you don't have to spend several $100s on some base layers. But yeah, I think it's Terramar. And I wish I should have pulled all that stuff out, but I didn't know he was going to talk about this stuff. But that's exactly right. Let's see what Tim's saying. Buy once and cry once. You'll love winter if you have. That's exactly right. That's 100% right. Don't go out there, where it's miserable. But hey, that's it. That's exactly right. Tim finally got his. Daryl said, I just got some waterproof socks. They work pretty good. Okay. That's out. That's exactly right. First layer needs to be tucked in. Here's the rule, guys. Same way with these gloves. If you can blow through it, you're going to freeze your ass off. You can blow through them. You can blow through a hoodie. You get a good outer shell that's windproof, whether it be hunting clothes. Most people wear their rain suits. I wear my rain suit a lot because it is waterproof. It's also windproof. The only thing when you wear your rain suit, you're going to have to treat it because you're breaking, when you're driving down the lake, you're breaking down the rain repellent on them. As you wear them, you got to treat them. You can buy stuff off Amazon. They make a cleaner. They make a treatment thing. But I wear my bibs a lot because they are windproof. But just get prepared for it. You ain't got to spend a fortune. If you forget what I'm talking about on the show, reach out to me. I promise you. I'll say, hey, these are socks I've got. This is the base layer I've got. And they're not something crazy expensive. People don't understand. The crappie industry is nothing, it's not just lures and grit. You got to realize this equipment. Tim fishes for a living. He guides for a living. So you reach out to somebody like that that's on the water every day. That's got to be there in the morning. got to be there, yesterday, that spends time and say, hey, man, what are you running for? Just not just equipment, but as far as your, you know, everyday fishing attire. I ordered some ski pants the other day. TikTok. I'll buy stuff off TikTok all the time. My brother's got a pair. He said they're legit. So hey, I'm gonna listen to my brother. They're ski pants. They're insulated. They're windproof and waterproof, and they're pretty loose fit. And I'll try them fishing for them in a day, and see. Max, I wish I had the bottle. I gave Kobe the last bottle I had. There is some. Hey, Kobe, get up on that top shelf and give me that. See it up there by that orange hat? I got some. This is what I use for treatment right here, Max. Hang on. It's up there next to that polish and stuff. Yeah. I should have grabbed all this, but I didn't know we was going to go down this rabbit hole. There it is. There it is right there. That's it. That's it. This is it right here, guys. I order off of, this is it. ReviveX. Durable water repellent. That's it. You can, they make a cleaner also, but you spray this thing on there, let it hang on there, then you can throw it in the dryer. And it will. You got to realize you spray heavy in the shoulders and the crotch, because everybody knows how that crotch does this. And it's like a fish bowl. But that's it right there, guys. That's off Amazon. I treat mine every couple of months, because I don't care if you pay $1,000 for a rain suit, it's going to leak if you wear the coating off of it. It's got to breathe. If it doesn't breathe, it's a PVC suit and you're going to sweat your ass off in it. Just treat it right there. I think it's stuff $18, $14, $15. I go heavy with it, but I treat mine every couple of weeks. Nick Wax. Never heard of that? Hey, Israel's saying that. What's Jody saying right here? The ice is tough, won't go away. Girlfriend's parked car this evening, it slid down the driveway. Jesus. Hey, I don't envy you at all, Jody. I think he's up north somewhere. I see that weather. I understand why people move there. But yeah, Max, that's what I'll get right there. Get you some of that. Treat your rain suit. Do yourself a favor. A wet ass is not good. You going home, you can ask Kobe. Kobe bought a rain suit, AFCO, and the guy, it hadn't been treated in it. And we got caught in a rainstorm, and he got wet, and man, it's not cool. But always tell you change your clothes, guys. I wish I had that bag. I have a waterproof bag. It rolls down. Neil come in. And keep you a change of clothes in there for anybody. Jogging pants, hoodie, sweatshirt, T-shirts, whatever. I forget what it's called, Kobe. I don't know. Is it? Mm-hmm. And you just roll it. Keep your change of clothes, because you don't ever know what's going to happen. Somebody may fall in, God forbid, and you may get wet. Look at that. Crappie ham. Watching y'all sold me on the power brakes over the Monday. Looking forward to trying them out, Chad. Chad is awesome, guys. People don't understand. Chad Clifton, you're talking to the owner of Power Brakes. I've got a code, S Jones, save you some money. But heck, you'll get them, man. You'll appreciate them, buddy. You'll learn all kinds of tricks for those things. But hey, you can get somebody to cast bar. You can back that boat up, and you can install the jig for the customer or yourself. It's pretty cool. People don't understand. You can stop and cut over harder. And cut faster. When you turn. But you're gonna like those crappie hound. I promise you. Northend float suit on Bass Pro website, $200. Man, gracious, that's reasonable right there, Tim. I paid a good chunk for mine. I'm sure you did too. There you go. Jeff giving some comments right there. I keep a change of clothes in a military wool blanket. But hey, you never know, man. What if you got to spend the night on the boat, get caught, or get caught in the creek and a tree fall across, or you don't never know. I mean, that's great information. Jody says in Virginia. Yeah, I don't envy you at all, Jody. Whoa. No, sir. Heck no. Bibs a jacket. There you go. That's what that Northend suit is. That's not a bad deal, Tim. That's pretty good. It's an investment, guys. When you spend as much, when you're on water, but yeah, when you're on the water and stuff, invest in some good equipment. Not just your fishing equipment, not just your grass and live scope and boats and what is Crappie would love to do a show telling the difference between all the Garmin Graph models and their features. Man, I wouldn't know all that. I know the megapixels and all, Greg. It's kind of like TVs. Your 9,000 series, your 8,000 series, they have the most pixels. Now the 1643 is about the same resolution as all of them. But I'll be honest with you, when I run my TVG off, my noise reject off, everything off, I don't think you're going to see a huge difference between a 1222 and a 126 Ultra. You're just not going to see it. I mean, a 1222 is manual and a 126, but I don't. We can go down that with John, but there's not. I fish with all of them, and I haven't just been blown away. I have a 16-inch screen, 8616 that Bubba got me hooked up with. It's big screen. You can see a lot, but I fish with a 126. I fish with a 1222. I just don't see it just jumping, just massively different to me. Maybe Greg, a fish on the bottom. Who knows? But as far as the graph difference, we'll let John go into that. But I mean, you can reach out to me and I'll tell you what I've used, Craig. Let's see what Crappie Crane said. My AFCO suit added 2 months to my fishing season. There you go. There you go. That's exactly right, Tim. Him and I can't tell the difference between. I agree with you 100%, Tim. To me, it's just the size of the screen. And you get the settings right. I mean, it's but yeah. But I don't think you can tell the difference either. It's just me, it's just the size. The reason why I like a 16, if somebody's standing behind me and I'm showing this customer this, he can see the screen also behind me. But if you get a great mount, a beat down mount, and or a good mount that's up in your face, you're gonna be able to see everything. Like Clinton said, I see a jig and fish with a 106. I fish with a 106 SV2, a 1022. Don't get what you can afford and go with it, and you can upgrade later. Get on the water and learn boat control and learn the live scope and learn everything, and then But Lundy said he's finally going back. I figured he was drinking as many times as he commented on it. Oh, Shiloh, man, he asked me where Shiloh was. Shiloh's staying on the river at Yellow Creek on the Warrior Bankhead. He don't have service. He thought he was going to have internet, and he didn't, so it didn't work out. So he reached out to me right before the show started, and I said, hey, man, we'll just wing it and go with it and just talk about whatever, because y'all sure helped me, go down the rabbit hole and different stuff. I'm not going to try to drag this out no hour unless it goes an hour. But like I was saying, it's a great day Saturday to there you go. See, David, my buddy David said he uses a 106 SV, the cornfield crappie mount. I mean, he catches a lot of fish. So, I mean, it don't have to be all that. As we get older, you can't see. I understand. I mean, you see me wearing these glasses here, but I was saying the first of the show, use Saturday to do some maintenance on your boat. Trolling motor prop, boat prop, grease your motor. Also, let your motor down. Saturday, if it's anywhere outside, it's not going to be heat. If you got any water in the foot, you do not want to do it Saturday. So, Saturday's going to be a cold day. I think the high is like 26 here in Alabama where I'm at. So, like I said, trolling motor prop, your boat prop, change your oil. I don't know if I'd change the oil. It's going to be so thick you may not get it all out of there without it being a little warmer. But, change your water separator filter, change your plugs. Go through all your jigs and tackle. I mean, I messed up and ordered jigs that I had a ton of. Jig heads that I had a ton of and didn't realize it, once I start going through my boxes and stuff. But just Saturday would be a good day to do that. Get ready because fishing February is one of my favorite months to fish, especially if the water lines up right. I've got several trips to go to Florida. We're talking about going to St. John's next weekend. Harold, myself, and Tommy. We're talking about going to St. John's next weekend. It's going to be at high 65 degrees in Ashton, Florida. So I'm thinking about going there. Big blackfish. I got some little intel from Shiloh and telling me how different it is and stuff, which that always helps, guys. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what it means. That's what we're talking about the first show. Don't forget to check your trolling motor for line. Everybody forgets I do it. I have to take mine off. That's what we were talking about, Mitch, first of the show. You just got through fishing tournament. You're going. You wrap up line, you pull it off, but don't let it eat your seal and ruin your foot and get in the armature of that trolling motor. Same way with your big motor. Now, man, Kobe, wasn't that me and you got that rope caught in my prop?
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got a big barge rope, caught up in my prop. We actually had to put the motor in reverse, neutral, and take off and let it untwine. We got a big old rope caught in ours. So it's crazy. Yeah, that's Clinton's talking about those fish at St. John's. We headed down there. For sure. That's it's mine sometimes too, Brent. Let's see. Side images settings on a Garmin 93 SV. Man, I'll have to look at that. Brian, I'll have to look at this. It's been so long since I ran Shiloh. If he was on the show, he would tell you. I hate he's not going to be on here. We're going to get him on here next week, though. Shiloh's been catching a lot of fish, guys. And if y'all watch his page, Shiloh Shoppell Fishing, he's got his dialed in, his Garmin. He's the Garmin man, I promise you. If y'all seen some of the pictures he shared, but Brian, if I can get him on here, we'll remember to talk about it next week. I'll get Shiloh to go over his settings. He's a good dude, real good dude. I hate he didn't get to be on here tonight but he's hunting some big fish up at Bankhead, and y'all keep up with him. You see, yep, deer season. That's exactly right. We got a week and a half left to the 10th. I'm gonna try to put a few more in my freezer here. But I'm blessed to be able to go a little bit because I got a place to hunt right here by the house, not far. I can go in the mornings and the evenings. But yeah, he said that old unit still works. There you go. But yeah, you can update all these Garmin units, guys. Yeah. All the latest updates are great. Your trolling motor update, you need to do it. I had to update my trolling motor the other day. It got lost. It wasn't moving when I pushed it. Yeah, there you go. Tim's got it. Tim's running all Garmin too. Got it dialed in exactly. Tim, when he's looking for schooling fish or some fish on top on some structure, that side scan saves some time. For sure. Don't be scared to use that side. Everybody forgets because LiveScope's the latest, greatest technology. That side scan was a tool. It still is a tool. You can cover some water, see those schools, see the bait, see the structure, see the standing timber. You can break down some water fast. When you're looking at 100 foot on each side, you're covering 200 foot. Big time. So, but heck, use it. Side scan is not, it's a kind of forgot. I've done it before. I've got guilty of it and just take off. Let's see. Mitch asking me about power pole board. One of my power pole boards may be out. Which board do I need? Man, Mitch, I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you, man. Somebody on the show, John may know. I don't know anything about power poles. I ran some Minn Kota Raptors on mine, my little boat. I don't have any on my big boat. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Somebody may know on the show, but I sure don't know, Mitch. I'm going to tell you. If I don't know, I'll promise you I'll tell you. I don't know. There you go. There it is. 455 megahertz for seeing fish. Because I want to go to 11, 1200. What does it go to, Tim? I don't even know what it is. Look at there. That's what I'm running. Bass Pro had the Helix 15 on sale for $2,000. That's exactly what I'm running. A Helix 15. They've got the new ones out. I forget what they are. What pisses me off about the Humminbirds, guys, the new ones won't link up to the old ones. So you can buy a new one for the console, and it won't even link to the. They get to where you got to buy all new stuff. That's BS to me. 1170. That's the megahertz. But Tim's saying use 455 on your Garmin, the megahertz, and it goes up to 1170. There you go. You heard from Tim. Does it, guys, for a living. Can't beat that. That's live information right there. Let me make sure I hadn't missed any questions, guys, because like I said, I just been winging it. We've been going over equipment, and I'm glad we went down there because this is the time of year you need to look at equipment. Solix is a new one. Yeah, But I know that for a fact. Hey, bitch, Travis said call Power Pole. They may warranty it for you. They did for me, and mine were out of warranty. There you go. That's exactly right. Only reason I went back with a Helix is the link. That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys are still running a smaller unit or a 10 or 12 up front. That's exactly right. The Explorer's a new one. And you buy a new graph back there and it won't even link to your other one. That's just bull, man. I mean, a lot of people ain't going to whip out $2,500 to buy another one. But, you know, to buy a new graph, you don't need to do that. Just upgrade everything. Good thing about Garmin's, guys, they're all the time upgrading, sending out updates, and you could call them and they'll shoot you straight. If I had to do it over again, Crappie Crane, I'd buy all Garmin. Every unit I have would be Garmin. Side scan, everything. But, you know, I've got a Helix 15, I've got a Helix 12 and up front and my Garmin. But if I had to do it again, I promise you I'd buy our Garmin. Yeah. Yeah, my G2 links to my G4 with Ethernet. Yeah, I'm not saying what I'm saying, Philip. The new Hummer, though, the latest and greatest, the Explorer, will not link up with those Gen 4s, any of them. You cannot link them together. That's what sucks. You buy a new Explorer, think I got the latest and greatest, and you put it in the back at the console, it won't even link up to the one used for mapping. That's bad marketing. I'm sorry. You know, all the Gen 1s and Gen 4s, they'll all link together. I know the Gen 2 and Gen 4s, but you buy a new Explorer, Philip, it won't link up to the old Helixes or the Solixes. Crazy. But hey, that's them. I mean, to me, it's sad. You know, I kind of, you know, some of these companies lose touch with fishermen because they're, you know, they don't have any input. They don't talk to fishermen. They're just trying to make money and do stuff, and you know, instead of just trying to get people to buy more of the product. And I think it's kind of silly. I mean, everybody don't want the latest and greatest. Sometimes you just get the get good equipment. Yeah, exactly. And man, keep everybody happy. You know. Yeah. Oh, I guarantee you, Mitch said they were the only people at the Crappie Masters with no brakes. I bet. You probably need them. I don't know how windy it got down there. Power brakes are any experience with a Garmin Kraken? I have not. I know a lot of people use them in the ocean, Greg. I know I've heard the Garmin Force Pro is really nice. I have the old Garmin Force. It's old. I mean, you can get them for a deal right now. I'm seeing people selling things for $2,500, $2,000. And I've ran the piss out of my Garmin Force. Tim Pentecost is running one also. I've run the mess out of mine. But, you know, Ultrex, the older ones, the boards were going out. Everybody was having to rebuild the pins. And the newest one that John and them have, I forget, and Neil's got one, the Quest, I think. Great trolling motor. Yeah, they're great. The new old, and there's not a bad trolling motor out there right now. I haven't had a lot of the Lowrance Ghost or whatever it is.
You can get them Forces for $27.99.
Yeah, yeah. Brand new, you can get a Force just like the one I'm running for $27.99. Brand new right now. That's what I've been running. So, but I mean, I just like it because Garmin's. I mean, it's crazy. My foot control went out my Garmin, and mine's 3-4 years old, and they sent me another one. It cost me nothing but some shipping. Exactly. That's exactly right. I hate to talk about Humminbird, but they're right here in the home state of Alabama, right down in Eufaula. You know, Bass Pro has a Force on sale. That's what Kobe just told me right there. Just make sure you look at the shafts. I bought a 50, and I should have bought a 57. But hey, make sure you try to match your shaft, Greg, if you do go that route. But I don't think you can go wrong. The wireless foot control, it has a blade in the bottom of the foot. You can tighten up the tension on it to make it feel like your Ultrex or whatever trolling motor you're running with. And I can pick mine up and go to the back of the boat. I can stand down between people. There's no cable. It's cableless. But I mean, you know, when I bought mine was $3,500 plus tax. You know, it'll knock your head off. But hey, But he said Bass Pro's got them on sale right now. Can't beat that, you know. But we're all a tight knit family. We all want, we all want everybody. I want everybody to catch fish, learn something from the show if you can, even if it's just about equipment or anything. Everybody shares a lot of stuff, and I appreciate this. That makes this podcast a little different. We talk about everything. It's not just trolling and live scoping and jigs and line, and we go down those rabbit holes. But we're talking about equipment and maintenance and just different stuff. And y'all help make this show just keep going on. It's crazy. I mean, I appreciate y'all big time. Let's see. How do the lithium batteries do in this BS? Charge it. Oh, listen, man. Scott, they do not like anything below 20, 28, 29, 30 degrees. I've seen John put one of those little heaters, build him a tent out of a tarp and charge his batteries, without, don't burn anything up, of course. But best thing to do is charge them when it gets in the middle of the day, if you can. But I've heard they don't like them. Luckily, mine are charged up. But lithium batteries are weird. They're great. They're powerful. They do not like. They do not like cold weather as far as charges. Some of them's got heaters. You can look up some of these lithium batteries. But man, lithium batteries have just come so far. They come a long ways. So there you go. There it is. Excellent tip. Danny just come out with that. Throw a heating pad on them. There you go, Scott. Cheap heating pad. It's not going to melt the battery. Not going to get hot enough. It just keep it warming up. The cells warming up. The little chip in it. But yeah. Great. That's a great tip. See, look at that. Boop. Never thought of that. That's a great tip to keep them. You can get heating pads off Amazon for much of nothing. Plug them up. Mitch said he's still hard-headed with lead batteries. No way, man. Lead batteries suck now. You can't get 2 years out of them hard. I don't care if you buy interstates or anything, 30 Group 31s. I've been let down by a bunch of them. I've changed them out in the parking lot trying to go fishing. I can't do it. Wise, WEIZE makes some. A bunch of guys will run them. You can get them on Amazon for $208 for 100 amp hour. That's crazy. I mean, you can buy all kinds of batteries. You can get it crazy as you want to. Militech makes a great one. Dakota makes one. I'm running some Ionics, but Impulse are great batteries. But hey, you can get on Amazon WEIZE Wise, $208 for 100 amp hour, 10-year warranty. Of course, it's prorated just like every other one of them. So there you go. I have 3 Wise 100 amp on my trolling motor for under. Look at that. See, there's another person I know running Wise. I know Jameson runs Wise. I know. I talked to somebody the other day. That's been running one. Can't beat it, guys. Like I said, we're not sponsored by a battery company. I just, I've been running what I bought. I bought those batteries that I have. Most of them, I got a Dakota 36 volt. Andalusia Marine hooked me up. I bought it because I wanted 36 volt. So I'm running 100 amp hour Ionic, 250s. I got 150 in there just for backup. And then I'm running 36 volt. So I've got jumpers back there that Neil made me. I can jump batteries back and forth and do whatever I want to. And but I do have a cranking lithium also. Don't let them tell you can't run a cranking lithium on an outboard. They're telling you BS. Tim said the best battery I ever bought is my 140 amp hour lithium cranking battery. It has a built-in heater. Looky there. Check that out. See, you got to realize Tim spends a lot of days on the water, guys, more than I think about, and because he does it for a living. So you reach out to somebody, hey, this is what I'm running, because you got to realize Tim's years about 5 or 6 of you, or most of us, probably more than that. Probably 10 years of some of us. I mean, Mitch, change the subject. What about 2 live scopes looking left and right? I've seen people do that, Mitch, where they run a gear-driven, and And I see people run them on the back. It's just too much going on. Then you got that wave going across your screen from the live scopes. You've been close to somebody with live scope. I just get proficient at one live scope. I mean, that's fine. I look at way too many fish that don't want to bite as it is. So I ain't trying to get crazy. There you go. Brandon's talking about, I have 2 Power Queen 100 amp amps and a 1300. There you go. There's makes some difference. If I wouldn't doubt that, they're all made the same factory and they just put them in different cases. If truth be told, I'm sure. So, but man, there's all kinds of good tips on here, for sure. My brakes, 12-inch unit, and everything on my boat and cranking is 98% charge. There you go. I mean, it's hard to do. Everybody, when Yamaha said you couldn't run a lithium because it would overcharge, but that your boat is not going to overcharge more, put out more than 12 volts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't know if it's a lithium or a lead. I don't care what anybody says. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boats that I know of running all lithiums. Mine has a 25% reserve. I have an Onyx 1100 cranking out. It has a 25% reserve. You can just push a button. If you run it down, fires right up. The weight difference, guys. I mean, I can literally pick up my battery weighs 11 pounds and hand it over to somebody with my shoulder and let them crank their boat. Lithium's the way to go. I mean, y'all ran power tools. I mean, you ran the cordless drills, and these cordless impacts that turn you a flip. If they're gear driven. So, but yeah. Let's see. Added my old Mega Live to transom to search for. There you go. He had a Mega Live on there. That way it doesn't interfere. I've seen people run one perspective mode and one in forward mode. But heck, man, I'm telling you, I don't want too much going on. I just don't. I just try to get proficient what I have and put my jig on that fish's nose and see. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. I appreciate y'all helping this show go on. It's been a pretty good show. All this information we're getting from everybody viewing and, just talking about equipment and doing maintenance to your boat. I like this kind of information. I really like doing shows like this. And, even though we didn't get to talk a lot about crappie and catching and all that stuff, but getting your boat prepared and getting your stuff, your equipment, enclosed, that's the way to go. Man, Scott, there's been debates all over the internet. I don't think 16 volts makes a hell of a difference from 12 on a live scope. I can't see it. I just don't. So, don't get caught up in all that stuff either. I've got one of them visualizers that make my thing think it's, 24 volts or whatever, 28. I don't see it. Get you a good battery that keeps the voltage up there. Don't let it get below 10.5. 10.5, it will cut off. I've had that happen before. I had a battery that was going bad. But, I just don't see it. That's exactly right. All my lithiums are Bluetooth. That's exactly Clinton's talking about Bluetooth right there. There you go. Mitch is saying I had a long conversation with the Garmin about it. There's no difference between 12 and 30 volts. Yeah. No one is spending $800 on live scope lithium then admitting it doesn't work any better. You're 100% right. It doesn't, guys. It does not. Get you some good 100 amp lithium batteries, 12 volts. Keep everything like crappie crank. That is the biggest tip right there. Your connections, guys. Make everything clean. Clean as you can. You don't have no voltage drop. Make sure you got big enough wire. Make sure you got good, clean connections. I redo the connections every now and then. I know Sea Harness. There you go. Sea Harness makes great. I put, and let me tell you guys, this is a tip. If you have a boat that's not real long, you can go to Harbor Freight and buy jumper cables, the cheap ones. Some of them 14 foot long. You can run that big cable all the way in front of your boat. Hey, it ain't getting more conductive than some 2-gauge. But that's another story to tell. But I appreciate y'all. There you go. Great tip too, Mitch. Deoxidizer on all your connections. Exactly. You know, if you don't have Andalusia Marine or somebody like that professionally installing everything and you do it yourself, do not go cheap on your connections or your wires. Do not do that. It's going to put you on the bank and cussing and fussing. Promise you. I'm not the wiring guru, as everybody knows, but I do have everything of mine connected well and try to do it. And, you know, zip tie everything up where you can get to everything. Keep you some spare fuses, guys. I blow one on my graphs the other day. I forget. I blow one on my on my power brakes, big 30-amp fuse. You know, hey, Saturday's a great day to go through all your fuses. Make sure, you know, you got everything. Make sure, you know, I'm running a wireless Bluetooth foot control. Make sure I got AA batteries in the boat. I mean, Saturday, just get ready, man. February is going to be the month to do it. I'm telling you. February is going to be the month to, but it's a great time to go over your boat. Grease everything. You know, get in the garage, turn the heater on, get you a beer, chill out, you know, grill some food, you know, and heat it up Saturday and get out there and work on your stuff. You and your buddy out there. You know, I don't take enough time to go through all my stuff, but I appreciate y'all making this show great. I appreciate Tim and everybody, Mitch and Clinton and all y'all asking questions and stuff, and Greg, Crappie Crane, and everybody that's on here. I appreciate y'all again. We're going to be back next Thursday. Hopefully we have John back, and I hope we can get Shiloh on here and talk about some stuff. And I'm going to try to get Eric on here and talk about his Clear Lake trip. I hadn't reached out to him, but exactly. Go over your bearings. If you got a heater space, I had to change a bearing the other day. Buy you spare hubs. Buy you one of them little ramps. We don't have to use a jack. Put you an impact in your truck. You'll make a 20-minute job out of it. And buy you some mule wipes. Mule wipes off Amazon. Buy them. They're bad. And they'll wipe grease up like that. Grease inside your rim, grease on your hands. Keep you some ice handy in case your spindle's hot. Wrap you some ice on that spindle. Shrink it down. Bearing comes right off. Me and Harold had to do that. It just comes from my maintenance background. But just get your boat prepared, man. Make sure you have everything, because you don't want to, when fishing gets great, you don't want to be on the side of the road. You don't want to be broke down. There's my buddy Wayne. Thanks for everything I learned from the show. Caught 21 on the last couple of days. So proud of, man. Check that out, Wayne. He just got it too, man. He's an old-time troller, and he's an older fella. He's not scared to learn new stuff. And it's not easy to learn about it. It's not easy. You got to be patient. But if anybody else can do it, you can do it. I can do it. You can do it. I promise you. 110%. It's time on the water. Can't make up for it. Can't buy it. Time on the water. Y'all stay warm this weekend. God bless y'all for being on here. Thank y'all. Me and Colby's finna go get us some food. And man, appreciate y'all helping these shows. They just get better and better thanks to y'all. I can just talk about stuff and then y'all can just ramble on. This stuff's shot off the hip. And I hope John and Jessica have a safe trip back from Puerto Rico. We'll see y'all next week, next Thursday. Thank y'all.